It used to be that when LeBron flirted with you, said something off the cuff, boy, I'd like to play with that guy or that guy, you'd call your agent. LeBron said he wants to play with me. Now LeBron doesn't even flirt. He hits on Steph Curry. Steph doesn't call his agent. Steph's like, I'm flattered. That's not even flirting. That's like, I want to be a teammate of Steph Curry. And again, for years and years, if LeBron even casually said he was interested, casually flirted, you called your agent. Can I get to LeBron? But this is like the third or fourth time LeBron said, I want to play with this guy. Hey, don't kid yourself. Everybody thinks Steph Curry's nice. Yeah, he's a killer too. He's a killer too. He's like, LeBron is trapped. They got no trade pieces, no picks. He's becoming Michael Jordan. Meaningless games, scoring a lot of points, end of his career. Steph Curry's like, I can still win titles. I got a great GM. I got a great roster. We got picks. We got trade assets. We got Jordan Poole, an emerging star. I got Clay, Draymond, Wiseman. Hey, Steph Curry sees LeBron's drowning, and he's not going to throw him a life preserver. Remember what Rick Bucher, I'm going to play a bite from Rick Bucher yesterday. Rick Bucher was on our show yesterday. LeBron has come to terms with a reality. And remember, LeBron bailed on D. Wade. That's his best friend in the league. So LeBron's bailed on coaches, Pat Riley, franchise, D. Wade. Here's what Rick Bucher said yesterday after they won in the bubble and the team comes back and AD is out of shape. LeBron.
That Anthony Davis is not the guy. They found that out a year ago. And rather than moving Anthony Davis, they tried to find somebody to come in and change Anthony Davis. The criticism I've heard over and over and over again from inside the Lakers organization is that AD is not a worker, does not work hard. And then when you get injured all the time, that raises the question, is it because you're injury prone or because you're not doing everything to get your body in premier shape?
And Steph knows it. Steph knows LeBron is trapped and is now MJ. Scoring a bunch of points, end of his career, bad roster, totally trapped. Why should I throw him a life preserver? By the way, Steph has watched KD leave him. KD this morning is every bit as good as LeBron or better. How's that going? So don't kid yourself. Steph's a Tiger. And Steph's looking at Kevin Durant and LeBron James on any given night as good as anybody in the league. And they're both drowning. One guy's got wackadoo Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving and James Harden left. And the other guy's got a roster. There's no picks. Who are you going to trade and get for Westbrook? And so I think it's funny. Years and years ago, it was LeBron was the A-lister in Hollywood. Ryan Gosling called. You listened. Now he's straight to rental. He's had back-to-back bombs in Hollywood, has LeBron. And Steph Curry's not the least bit interested. You saw the way he said it. I'm good here. Yeah, he is good there. Steph Curry is good. Jordan Poole, James Wiseman, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, a lot of picks, Steve Kerr, Bob Myers, great owner. Steph Curry knows they can reorganize this thing. They can tweak this thing. Don't kid yourself. Golden State, Steph knows I'm going to stay here with these guys. I'm not going to do a KD and leave a brain trust like us. I'm not going to be LeBron and bounce around the league, all this mobility. Right now, Steph knows I'm going to end my career at the top of this league. KD's not. LeBron, who I've beaten in 3 of 4 finals, is not. And by the way, how you end matters. Go look at Tom Brady's career. Look at Brady and Manning for a long time. Brady and Aaron Rodgers. Look how Brady's ending his career and writing the final chapters. He's separated. Steph Curry's like, I'm one of the 4 or 5 greatest players in the last 10, 12 years. Durant, Steph, LeBron, and Steph looks at those guys and thinks, no. I'm going to be the Brady. Last 4 or 5 years, I'm going to stay in Golden State, and we're going to vie for a championship. I'm not throwing a life preserver to KD again, and I'm not throwing it to LeBron James. Even Nick Wright loves LeBron. Couldn't defend him based on what we've seen. the last couple of years with LeBron James.
LeBron this year is going to finish averaging 38 and 6. And I think it's pretty damn clear that we all have to acknowledge and admit he's no longer in his prime. And the real signal he was no longer in his prime should have been last year's playoffs, where for the first time in a decade, he wasn't dominant in the postseason. He is still clearly one of the, at worst, 7 best players in the sport, but he is no longer a walking finals berth.
Bingo. And Steph Curry's reply to LeBron's flirtation. 3 words. I'm good here. Yep. So's the rest of the league. No longer can LeBron flirt and you call your agent. Now other stars just say, I'm flattered. I'm good here. All right, so Bruce Arians and Tom Brady. I said last week, got some pushback. I said, don't tell me Bruce Arians really wants to end his career upstairs in a cubicle. And don't tell me Brady, the most planned guy in the world, retires, unretires. He and Arians are not tight. Arians called him out multiple times. You don't call out superstars. I don't care if it's Messi, Ronaldo, Steph Curry. You don't keep calling out superstars. Bruce Arians did it again. I counted. I went and looked this morning. That is now 8 times that Bruce Arians, since he and Tom Brady have joined at the hip, that he has either marginalized him, criticized him, or said he's not that important, he gets too much credit. You don't do that with stars. You don't do that with superstars. And this goes back, the more Bruce talks, the more it proves there's turbulence here. There's never been a time that Bruce Arians in his career said, you know where I want to end my career? Upstairs in the office in a cubicle looking at college tape. In fact, he joked at his retirement press conference, I don't even know what my job is. Tom Brady nudged him. By the way, Tom Brady, you can't limit how important he's been in Tampa. In the 10 years in Tampa before Brady arrived, they had 2 winning seasons and never won a playoff game. Tom Brady arrived, they won a Super Bowl and vied for it. Brady is the singular reason the Tampa mess in the last decade has been interesting. That's it. They were 7-9 with the GM, the coach, the D-line, the linebacker. Brady is the reason. Just like Russell Wilson, you're going to watch in Denver this year, is the reason the Broncos will be a viable Super Bowl contender. He's it. Listen, Steve Jobs built Apple, and then he left Apple, and it died. It tanked. I'm not saying they don't have talented designers and programmers and engineers, but he cinched it all together when he came back, and it exploded. Same with Brady. I'm not saying they don't have a good GM. Arians can't coach, but stop minimizing what Brady meant. Stop. It's like 7, 8 times now we counted. You can put them on the old bulletin board. 7, 8 times Bruce Arians has tried to marginalize or minimize the impact of Tom Brady. We can stop now. Tom Brady has not gotten way too much credit. Tom Brady deserves a majority of the credit for tuning a losing franchise who had good coaches and good players, but never had a legitimate Hall of Fame quarterback. They get him. They win a Super Bowl in a pandemic. They vied for a Super Bowl this year, and they'll be an NFC favorite with the Rams next year. That is singularly Tom Brady, regardless of who and how talented they are around him. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.